All right, we are back. What is up, everybody? How you doing?
Part 2.
Part 2.
Part
Part
two-y.
2.
Part Hawk 2.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I got me a decent little nap. It could have been better, but not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm still in the process of waking up, though. So
As usual.
it's all good, though. And I still got a bunch of work I got to do tonight.
Yeah.
I'm a busy boy. All I do is work. I'm a busy boy.
Yes.
I like it, though. I do digs it.
Yep. So, let us know that you're here. Drop a comment. Say hello. We have a short little list so far, so there's not much of a wait. We have only 3 right now. So to get on our list, just follow that link that's in the comments. You don't have to say your name if you want to be anonymous. That gives you the option to be anonymous. Hi, Melissa. You have been waiting so patiently. She bought hers on the last one.
Oh.
On the last live.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no, sorry.
What happened?
You have to wait for part 2.
Was it at the end?
Yeah, it was at the end. So I told her she'd be first on this one. So
all right, cool.
You're definitely gonna be first. Yeah. Let me get this over here. I like to have my little chat box over on this side so I can talk to you guys, and so you don't think that because sometimes I'll respond on your account and it looks like you're talking, so people know. Do you know what
I don't know how y'all do all that. That's so much.
What do you mean?
You can keep track of everything that's going on here, have conversations, respond to people. I can't do all that. That's why when I'm live, y'all, I don't read the chat at all. I don't even look at it.
Well, isn't it distracting?
It's extremely distracting. Extremely.
Yeah.
It will make me lose my train of thought. I can't pay attention to what I'm doing. So I've just trained myself when I'm live. I just look straight into my own eyes. I don't look at the comments. I don't see the and it's so much now that I every now and then I'll like miss a super chat because I'll forget about it.
I've been noticing that you do skip super chats. So we need to figure out a way where we could be like, yo, Rich. That's what I always say when he can't hear me. I'll be like,
no, you say that when you're mad at me.
No, I'll be like, babe, can you do this? Babe. And then once I get to like the 6th babe, I'm like, yo, Rich. And then that gets his attention every time when he's pissed. He's just like, my name's not Rich, it's Babe. Well, Babe was not answering, so we had to go to Yo Rich. For some reason, that works literally every time. I don't know.
Well, and every now and then, and this doesn't happen very often, but it does happen sometimes, I'll start ignoring super chats on purpose.
Why?
It's because sometimes the same person will just keep doing it over and 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 over. Like send $1 or something like that. Yeah. And then even when I go to the next video, they're on there sending $1, like 5 times. I'll just stop thanking you. Because I don't know what you're trying to do or what the point of that is and why you followed me to 2 or 3 different videos. You only have one zodiac sign, so what are you doing on both videos? You know?
Hey, I mean, if they want to send you $1, I ain't gonna complain about that.
Well, I'm not complaining, but it is a little bit distracting.
It
does kind of take away from what I'm doing when I have to stop reading and read your name. Yeah. And so the first couple times I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you, I appreciate you. But once I see it like 4 or 5 times in 2 separate videos, I'm gonna quit calling you out. And that usually works. I quit after that.
Yeah. Well, I think some people think too they send super chats to get like a question read. Or, some people just want to say thank you. But then once they see that you do little shout outs for super chats, I think they want you to keep shouting them out.
Yeah.
And that is a little bit excessive. So, I mean, as long as you acknowledge them at least once, I don't see a problem with that, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. We got a little chat room here today. So, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Part 2. We're going to start our list off with Melissa. All right. Where's that? Oops, I wrote it in here. Hold on, technical issues.
Murky Metro.
She is a Sagittarius, and it says, Tim, Cancer, and I are separating. I need help with closure. Is he going to come back later?
How does that help you with closure?
Well, it should help her to know, like, if she's like let go completely, or
well, that's there's closure is the final stage. Healing happens in 3 stages: acceptance, understanding, and then gratitude. Gratitude, that's the closure part. This seems like you need help with acceptance.
She said to know what to expect. Yeah. So basically,
this is helping you with the acceptance phase, because once you reach the acceptance stage, you'll be like, I don't give a fuck if he comes back. No, I'm not doing it. Acceptance means I've accepted that it's over and it's done. It is what it is. I'm trusting that it happened for a reason. So, but even at that, me answering this question, hopefully that doesn't deter you, regardless of what the answer is. Let me look at the soul contract. Emperor reversed. Six of Swords.
Oh, she said, I have to deal with him with our son. So they have a kid together.
Yeah, that's probably why this is here. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, because we have this right here. 8 of Cups reversed and 6 of Swords. So what I think it is I think what he's going to do is more than likely at some point, because I don't think this soul contract was complete, by the way. I don't think so. So at some point, he's probably going to start covertly and clandestinely playing little emotion games with you. I would hope that if the two of you have been together long enough and have a son together, you're probably aware of how he does it. But you want to be really, really careful, because Cancers are really, 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 really fucking good at doing that. Really good at getting you to feel sorry for them and, poking at your emotions without you even fucking realizing it.
It's in their aura.
Yeah, you don't even realize it. You've got to stop and really fucking observe them to see how they're doing it. And it's like, I've even had, and see, at first, I was wondering, am I just tripping? Am I just overly paranoid? And then I had a Cancer brag to me about how easy they can manipulate people just by changing the tone of their voice or just by their eye movements, and broke it down to a science, and I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. But anyway, so yeah, you might end up dealing with a little bit of that a little bit later on down the line, very possibly. But it depends on your ability to flip the cold switch as to whether or not that works. Because with that Emperor reverse there, the Emperor reverse can be a person that likes to control people through manipulation.
He said he does play games.
I can see that. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't met a Cancer Tracy, I think, is the coolest Cancer I ever met. So 99% of the Cancers I've met are really good at playing with your feelings. Really good.
I think, like, my uncle, he's also
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's very like manipulative like that, but I know if he's having a bad day too, you know. But any sign if they're having a bad day,
I can
be
see
kind of like snippy,
with his energy. I could see where back in the day he was probably a good manipulator.
Probably.
You said he got all the girls, right?
Yeah, yeah. He had no troubles getting girls back in the day.
I mean, yeah, you said he was a handsome dude and he had money, but still, you know, if you don't know how to talk to girls, you're still going to struggle with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trailing off. Let's see what the second spread says. Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, see, King of Cups reversed. The King of Cups reversed is the emotional manipulator of the minor arcana. So will he come back? I'm not really seeing that in the energy right now, even though the soul contract's not complete. But all right. So, like I've said before, men, a big man thing. Men are really bad about this because it's typically very challenging for your average man to find a mate. Much more challenging than your average woman. At some point, most men are going to find themselves at a place where their options dry up. You know, whether the person they are with leaves them, or for some reason they just can't meet nobody, you know, or for whatever reason their options are dried up and they get worried that they're just going to be alone for the rest of their life. And most men, 99% of the time, when they find themselves in that situation and they get too lonely, the first thing they start doing is thinking about somebody from the past. Because if I can't get a new person to come into my life, the best way to bring somebody into my life is to get someone who's already given me a chance and given me an emotional connection to give me one again. I just got to figure out what to say to get my way back in there, you know? So King of Wands, King of Cups, both reversed. Yeah, I think that you'll probably be dealing with him trying to keep energetic hooks in you and poking at your emotions and trying to maintain emotional power over you. I think so. And it might end up turning into a reconciliation attempt, possibly. It possibly could. It's hard to say, though, because things aren't happening according to plan. If I had to answer that as directly as possible, just based on the energy alone, I would say probably. But I would just say, put that foot down. Now, this is the thing you got to be careful with cancers. When they start manipulating you and you don't let them, all you got to do is, because what they do, when you're dealing with a manipulative cancer, you can feel it happening. You can feel your whole attitude and your emotions being pulled this way, you know? And when you don't do that, when you just stay cold, not angry, not bitter, not, you know, rude or anything, just cold, matter of fact, you know, like, oh, my dog just got hit by a car. No, that sucks. Cold. I just lost my job.
So you can do that very easily.
Anybody can do that.
Yeah, but Aquarians just have that like literal detach. Like you guys can just flip your switch and be like so cold.
Anybody can do that though.
I mean, technically, yes, anybody can, but I think it's a lot easier.
Isn't it easier to do that when you realize somebody's fucking with your emotions? Like when you realize, like, why are you going straight for my emotions right now? What's the point of that? Like, I'm not stupid. I know you're doing that on purpose. Like, what? Why? You know? And I'm just ultra sensitive to, you know, when somebody is immediately going for your emotions, they're pushing buttons. Mm-hmm. They're ready to soften you up so they can mold you and get what they want out of you.
I think a lot of people are not aware of that, though. That's something that I wasn't even aware of until I met
you. What?
Yeah.
Wasn't aware of it until you met me.
You taught me that, yeah.
Oh, shit. What? I thought everybody knew that.
No.
I'm ultra sensitive to that shit.
I was very naive.
Ultra
very,
sensitive.
very naive. So.
But I mean, maybe it's something a lot of people aren't aware of. I don't know.
I'm just saying I was saying. You taught me a lot about that, and I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. And then I started noticing stuff like that. But all right.
Okay.
I hope that helps. All right. Next we have Brandy. Brandy is a Libra. Going back to my old home to restructure. Oh wait, going back to my old home to restructure. Is this gonna help with my emotional healing?
So do you mean like moving back to your hometown, or like moving back into your house, or what's that mean? Restructure. Are you in the chat? I'm curious, like what that means. Restructure. How are you restructuring? And what do you mean by old home? Hometown? And I remember when I first went back to New Albany, when we went to get the kids, I was like, oh, I don't fucking recognize this place. It was scary. Depends on how long you've been away from home, if that's what you're talking about. But I've been away from my hometown now. Next year it'll be 10 years.
Dang.
2016.
I don't mind going. I mean, I like the times we have gone out there, and the last time we went out there, you got to show me like all the cool, not the cool stuff, but the places that were big on your journey that held importance. Like where you were homeless, and like the bridge that you slept under, and like went to like that huge, what is that bridge thing called?
The walking bridge.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then going to eat like downtown where you like would never go into, that was cool.
Yeah. Temperance reversed, Ace of Swords. Seven of Wands, World card reversed. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I wouldn't.
Do you want to wait to get a response?
Yeah, this looks like if I was to just answer your question directly with just a yes or a no, it looks like a no. I'd kind of like to know what you mean by that. Restructure what? And when you say home, do you mean like your old house or like your old hometown? And what is it you're trying to restructure and how? Just so I can like maybe give you some advice and help you.
Yeah. If you're watching the playback, just reach out to us and let us know. And then if the live's already over, then we'll just have him do like a private link and send it to you.
Yeah, because this kind of looks like Five of Wands, Seven of Wands, World card reversed, Temperance reversed. It looks like it could spark up old battles and old wars, whether that's with someone or just inside of you. It could be an internal mental battle. Let me see what the second spread says.
So are you waiting for her to respond, or are you pulling two spreads? Which one is it?
What do you think I should do?
I think we should wait.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's no point in pulling spreads that are not going to resonate, or if we don't know what she's wanting to know.
Well, I mean, I can give it a simple yes or no, but that's not the value and the way I like to read. The answer, when I read for you, the answer to your question is not the most important thing that I give you. The most important thing that puts value on the table for me is the advice that I give.
So go, if you find the confirmation email for buying this, you can respond to it, and then it'll go straight to me, and then we'll get back to you. So, okay. So next is for Georgina. And she's an Aquarius. Will Ronnie reach out to me again, or is our friendship complete?
Are you in the chat? I'm curious as to who ended things. Is he the one that ended it? This deck is brand new and it's so slippery.
Dippery.
2 more shuffles. 2 more. Nope, there we go. That's it. Four of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Swords. 5 of Swords. Page of Swords reversed. Okay. Well, I don't know if I would say it's 100% complete. We have the Judgment reversed here. And then with the Ace of Swords upright, Page of Swords reversed, I feel like this is somebody keeping a close eye on you and knows what he wants to say to you. But for some reason, with the 2 of Swords, with the 2 of Swords, he's not sure whether or not it would be a good idea to say it. And the block communication card. I think he contemplates reaching out to you. That's why I'd like to know who ended it. I can give you a couple of explanations. If you're the one that ended it, he's probably not going to come chasing after you because you've made it clear that you don't want him in your life. In which case, he shouldn't come chasing after you. Like, when somebody ends it, it's that person's responsibility to come back if we want reconciliation, you know. But if he's the one that ended it, maybe he's a little bit nervous and a little bit embarrassed that you might be mad at him, or, you know, I don't know what happened that ended it, but let me grab the second spread here. Last shuffle. Hierophant again. 5 of Wands, yeah. Ace of Swords again. And the Death reversed. So, no, I don't really think that the cycle was complete. 2 of Swords again. So he knows what he wants to say. He just doesn't know if it would be a good idea to say it. So, yeah. A little bit emotionally withdrawn, too. So I don't know. Like I said, I think the biggest thing that I want to kind of dance around right now is depending on who ended it. He would either, like I said, if you're the one that ended it, he's not going to chase after you, which he shouldn't, you know, because he's respecting your boundaries. If he's the one that ended it, he's probably afraid that you're mad at him. And he's probably afraid that it would just turn into a bunch of drama anyways, regardless, either way. So, no, the cycle's not complete, but he just doesn't know if it would be a good idea to reach out to you. So it's hard to say a definitive yes or no. It's like a 50-50.
Okay. So let me get the list here. Okay, next is for Satie. Satie is a Leo. Are marriage and children in my future? I'm 26.
26. Let's see what's due to come in next. What is due to come in next? 4 of Wands reversed. Get 4 shuffles for the 4 of Wands. 1, 2, 2 more. Strength reversed. Oh, 5 of Wands, Ace of Cups reversed. Oh, wow. 4 of Cups. That's kind of hard to say right now. It does look like there is a karmic contract that's due. Definitely a karmic contract that's due. And just energetically, looking at it energetically, at least right now in the current moment, this person is not in a very good place. Not really. So if you were to come together tomorrow, this would be energetically very rough and rocky. And if you pay attention, though, if you paid attention to your intuition and you felt the energy out and kind of strayed away from it, then you would bypass it. But if you ended up, getting sucked into it, then it could turn into a big mess. So is marriage and children possible? It's possible. But the question isn't, is marriage and children in my future? It's, is my divine life partner in my future? That's the question. We can marry anybody, We can marry a random toxic fucking person and have kids with them. But the question is my divine life partner in my future? If you were going to have kids and be married to anyone, I would imagine that would be the best person to do it with, right?
I think it's hard to get married. I think quite the contrary.
What do you mean it's hard to get married?
You were literally the only man who's ever proposed to me. It was so easy. Anyone would.
All you have to do is be a valuable fucking person. All you got to do is show somebody that you actually bring value to their life.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not that easy.
Yeah, it is.
You can't just go up to a guy and be like, "Oh, let's get married."
No, whenever you're dating somebody, all you have to do is show them that you bring value to the table and you're willing to work on yourself and that you're growing and evolving. And, a lot of people out there aren't doing that. A lot of people out there are just stuck in their ways. They bring nothing but drama to the table. And it's just, yeah, especially men. I don't know man want to marry that, because the likelihood, because marriage and the whole marriage institution is stacked against men so bad.
I feel like men don't want to marry right now anyways. It's
right, they don't, because the dating world is a fucking shit show. Complete and total shit show.
On both parties, not just
yeah. It's a mess. The dating world is messy right now.
I'm so happy that we found each other.
Yeah.
We made it. That's horrible.
If I was single right now, I would be single.
Single as a Pringle.
I wouldn't be having anybody in my life.
Yeah.
It's just too messy out there. Last time I got out there and tried dating around, it was just a fucking nightmare. It wasn't even worth it. There's nothing. Drama is an understatement. It was just straight up psychosis and toxicity. But anyway, potential marriage in the future. Like I said, there's a karmic contract that's due here. And it is possible that if you did, go through with this, I can't tell you not to, by the way, but it could result in marriage potentially. Right now, though, that individual is not in a very good place. So the only thing I can say, I don't have the authority to tell you whether or not to go through with a karmic contract. You wrote that contract long before I ever set foot on this planet. I was away on my home planet playing some other game that has nothing to do with the human Earth game when you wrote this contract. I don't have the authority to tell you to or not to do anything with it. But, you know, be selective about what the energy feels like. Don't feel like you have to allow anyone into your life that brings your vibe down. Don't feel like you're forced to, you know, succumb to an individual that does nothing but pull you down and hold you back, make you lose sleep, questioning yourself. If you start feeling those energies, you don't have to have that person as a part of your life. If you pay attention to your energy and you spend more time scared, nervous, upset, questioning yourself, wondering whether you're good enough, you know, stuff like that, you don't have to have that person in your life. Fuck that. I would rather be alone than be attached to somebody that makes me feel like that all the time. So, yeah, just be selective on what energy feels like with anyone you connect with. Erky jerky.
Erkly dirkly. All right, next is for Mesa. They are Scorpio. It says, am I going to be with the Aquarius I am talking to?
Ooh, that's a challenging energetic combination, Scorpio and Aquarius. Fixed sign and fixed sign. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. With all of the qualities, cardinal, mutable, and fixed, fixed is the hardest one to mix. I mean, they all kind of try to come together. You see lots of cardinal signs coming together. And like I said, the mutable signs always get with their opposite for some reason. You always see Virgo and Pisces together and Sagittarius and Gemini together. I don't know why that is. But when it comes to mixing qualities, fixed is the one that's the hardest one to mix. If you can figure out how to do that, you've done something special. Let's see here. Page of Cups. I think a love offer is going to be made. Yeah, I think so. Ooh, and King of Swords reversed. Okay, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think, yeah, I would say that I do think a love offer is going to be made, but I don't know. It kind of seems like this person might be kind of playing mind games with you a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, see, Eight of Cups. So it might be a start quick, end quick type of thing. This is one of those types of things where you're talking to somebody and talking to somebody and talking to somebody, and then you finally end up coming together. And as soon as you end up coming together, the energy changes. You know, it just, as soon as we make it official, boom, the energy's different. And I think this person's kind of starting to play mind games. They're not going with the energetic changes, because once you make a decision like that, then that changes the energetic pathway. Kind of like, you know how a lot of times you'll hear a relationship, it was great for 5 years, but as soon as we got married, it started going downhill. You know, because that triggers an energetic change when you get married like that. And if we're not flowing with the energetic changes, then, you know, it turns into a bit of a mess. So the first spread here kind of looks like it might be a start quick, end quick type of deal.
I remember I used to be like that. Like, I would be pursuing somebody, and then as soon as they like would ask me to be their girlfriend, I would immediately just turn off and like not even, like, I would say yes. Okay. I would say yes, like, oh my God, yes, I want to be your girlfriend. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, now I'm stuck. And then I would just not be happy, and then I would sabotage it and then break up.
Stuck?
Yeah, I don't know why. I would just feel like that.
Most people do that. Let me tell you why most of the time.
It's like a game.
It's insecurity, because deep down on a very unconscious level, most people feel like I'm not good enough and I need something to prove to me that I am good enough. And the best way to prove to yourself that you're good enough is to surmount an obstacle, to overcome a challenge, to conquer a challenge. So whenever somebody doesn't want you, this deep rooted feeling says, if I can get them to want me, then I'll feel good enough. That'll prove to me that I'm good enough. But then once you finally do, it flips on you, because now once I get you to like me, it's still not enough. Now that little voice says, oh, well, if they like you, they must be stupid too. Never mind. That doesn't make me feel special. You must just be stupid too if you like me, Dang. Because when you view yourself that way, when you view yourself
attacked.
Yeah.
I felt personally attacked.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. Maybe. It could have been.
Most of the time, that's what it is.
I don't know. It could have been.
That's what it was for me. The only people who liked me were the people I had no interest in. And the only people I had an interest in were the people that didn't want me.
Oh, no, that's not how it was for me.
So, yeah, I think a new start in love is going to happen here. I think so.
Yay.
I do think so. But, Page of Wands, got to be careful with this. Five of Swords. It could be a start quick, end quick type of thing. Just be picky about feeling the energy out. All this stuff that I talk about is having to do with how energy feels. Pay attention to what the energy is doing. And that's all I can really say. It's all I can really say. At the end of the day, I think this needs to play out the way it's going to play out regardless, because there's a very, very valuable lesson in this. So, all right.
Yeah, that's crazy though. That reminded me of that. And I feel so bad because I would literally leave these guys on so much, and then we'd be like official, and I would just turn into this major bitch, and they'd be so confused, and I feel bad because I would play games like that. I was a little toxic. Oops. Well, I'm not like that no more, so it's okay. All right, next we have Danny. Danny is a Virgo, says, how does my ex see/view me? We broke up 1 week ago because I cheated. I'm sure she hates me and I feel like a loser because I was drunk and wasn't thinking. I'm hoping she gives me another chance.
Well,
Yikes.
Damn. Well, that's no good. Let's see. I'm not going to do the whole soul contract thing with this. Unless it comes through, I'll let you know. But let's just look at the energy here. Hierophant reversed. Let's get 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I mean, I still think she's kind of in a state of confusion right now, because she's going through that thing you go through when you're betrayed like that. It can be pretty devastating because you have to go back and rethink everything. I have to rethink everything I thought I knew. Obviously, you aren't who I thought you were. So if I have to rethink you, I have to rethink everything. So she's going through that shock and that I don't even know how to explain it. When you're betrayed like that, it can be very, very shocking and devastating. So I think right now she's just at a place where she's shutting off all of her trust, and that's a very, very normal response to have to something like that. I don't know if I would call it hates you. I don't know if I would use that word, but definitely does not trust you at all. Second spread. Queen of Cups reversed. I'm still burning up out here.
Well, the sun is coming through those windows, so.
Okay, yeah, 7 of Wands. 9 of Cups reversed again. So there was definitely some codependency energy in there. By the way, this was a karmic contract and it's not complete. But yeah, I don't really know any other way to describe how she sees you. Definitely has her guard up. Absolutely does not trust you at all. I don't think she trusts anyone right now. I don't know. I think I know what you mean by she hates you. And as much as I don't like using that word, I could probably say, yeah, I wouldn't call it hate, but for what you're talking about, what you mean when you say that, I would say, yeah, probably.
She's probably connecting the dots, let's just say.
Yeah.
And then she'll figure out if she finds how many other dots she can connect, we'll decide how much she hates you or not. Like, wait a minute, those dots connect. Oh, wait a minute. If there's too many of those, then she'll probably have some things to say.
Well, judging by the way that question sounds, it doesn't sound like something you did all the time, right? I mean,
did it say she's going to give him another chance?
Probably not right now, no.
Oh. Yeah, you got to wait for her to connect them.
Not right now. And again, hey, I don't blame her. Sorry. I don't blame her.
You know, sometimes we just have to have those losses to know in the future, like, not to do that again, you know?
I'm not going to say I've never cheated. I have a tiny little handful of times. And there's just no excuse for it. I cannot imagine. I can't even wrap my mind around mindlessly putting myself in a situation and getting so drunk and fucking somebody just without thinking. You know, when I cheated, yeah, I planned it out and justified it to myself in my own mind because I was being treated horribly. But even at that, once I did it, I did not feel justified. I feel so guilty. And it just ate me like the worst fucking guilt I've ever felt in my life. Mm-hmm. Even though, I mean, for all intents and purposes, if you really want to look at it that way, it was justified. But it just ate me alive to the point to where it's like, that's not even worth it. Yeah. Stooping down to your level, I'm not going to do that. If you're treating me that badly, I'm just going to leave. You know?
There's literally nothing worse than feeling hungover and having that same
emotion. Oh, shit.
I've gone through it many times. But, yeah, best of luck to you. Maybe, if anything, just a learning lesson on your path. So,
yeah.
All right, next we have Leo, who is a Taurus, and it says, will Dora come back? We broke up 3 weeks ago.
Good luck deck here. The death card's already yelling at me. I'm gonna see if I can shuffle around it. See if I can shuffle around it.
That doesn't mean she's gonna die either. So
no.
Just some people don't know what the cards are.
Usually when a card yells at me like that, it always comes out. I'm gonna try to shuffle around it. Ooh, 8 of Cups reversed.
That doesn't mean coming back, right?
Well, yeah, it means the 8 of Cups is walking away. 8 of Cups reversed is coming back. Let me see what else comes out in here, though. 4 of Pentacles reversed. See, that's what I thought. I wanted to see if anything like that was going to come out. I think she's contemplating it. Seriously contemplating it and waiting to either come to the conclusion that it would be a good idea or waiting to see the right opportunity. Right now, it's a lot of waiting and contemplating. So we have one card of coming back and one card of moving on. So it's kind of like a 50-50 type deal here. And, you know, it's the energy's kind of split down the middle. Let me see what the second spread says. Whoops.
Oh, that card wants to say something.
Six of Swords reversed.
That means coming back, I think, right?
Another coming back card.
Wow.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to use this deck, but
I felt like that card had something to say. We shall use that deck.
3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Boom, 9 of Wands. She got that guard up. I don't know what happened or who ended things. Now the 6 of Swords is in the upright, but we have the 2 of Swords. Again, contemplating it, thinking about it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get it off of 50-50. I'm trying to see which energy is leaning more towards one way and more the other. Because once you got the 2 of Swords like that, you know, or the 2 of Wands, that's a 50-50. So then I have to start digging and seeing, you know, how much does each side weigh? I would say there's more energy towards a possible reconnection than not. But there's probably a lot of determining factors in there. I don't know who ended things, what made this come to an end. Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into that because how it ended plays a big role in that. But I would give it probably a 60-40, 60% chance that there will be a reconnection, 40% chance that there won't. I don't know why that is, but that's just based on the energy.
Maybe she's pondering if she should.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, depending on how it ended, that plays a big role in what she's pondering, you know.
Send her some flowers.
There you go. I don't know. See,
always helps.
This is the thing. Like, this is another reason why I find a hard time being romantic. Because back in the
Let's
day,
hear it.
Back in the day when I really was, I was a simp back in the day.
Be a simp for me.
I was a big simp, and women hated that. I would always get treated like a dog for it.
You could be simpy with me.
I'm working on it. you know I've been working on it.
Well,
I mean,
I'm not calling you a simp, but like I like when you. All right, go ahead and say what.
Well, I'm just not. I mean, a simp is like a really, really desperate person, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't want you to be like.
And
full simp, but
I really did a lot of things, you know. But I did all the things that. This is the thing I say: men and women are programmed to look at each other the wrong way, and men are conditioned to either A, look at women as sexual objects, or if you do want a relationship, to just be ready to lay your life on the line and desperately do anything and treat them like a queen and lift them up and la la la. And then you do that stuff and women are like, get away
I don't
from
think
here.
you can do that at first fully. Like a little, like dabble a little bit of that, but mix it in with a little bit of like mystery and just a little bit of like spice and stuff like that. And then once you guys are like good and like locked in and like married, then you could be, you know, super. I don't really know what your version of simpy would be. So
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I like when you get me flowers. I think it's cute.
Well, yeah, but like in the situation where somebody broke up with you and you're trying to win them back, you know, like anytime I ever try that with any woman in the past, it's almost like they would just laugh at me. Any attempt that I made to try to get them back, I was like,
yeah, then that's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Okay, he said she left after I told her I was gonna be going through some hard times. Well, then that's not somebody you want. Don't send her no flowers.
Yeah.
If you're like gonna be with somebody, like actually be with someone, like you need someone who's gonna be down and like there for you when you are going through hard times, the good and the bad. If she's showing you that now, then what do you think the future's gonna look like?
Yeah.
When who knows? Life is, you're always gonna have ups and downs in life. It doesn't matter. If you're with somebody for 20 years, it's not gonna be all perfect. There's hard times in there too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she's already showing you now she's not willing to stick by your side during hard times. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would not do that. I mean, maybe you could give her one more chance, but you be careful with that. You know,
maybe find out why. Like if she has a legitimate reason why. I don't know.
You know, I mean, maybe give it one more chance, but then see, even at that, even if she does come back, the likelihood that you're going to lose sleep at night is very, very high, you know, because you'll be terrified. Are you just going to find a reason to walk out again? Or what if some hard times come up again? Mm-hmm. You know,
which it will, because it's life.
Yeah.
You know, Earth. We love Earth. Earth. You never know.
The Earth game.
Earth. Okay. Anyways, hope that helps. You don't deserve that. You know what I mean? Put yourself first. Okay, so next we have BB. BB is an Aries, which, by the way, I love this chair. I cannot get over how much I love this chair. Should have got this a long time ago. It's the one on the left.
No, that's the power button.
No, that's...
Trying to get it to stop moving.
Oh.
I'm burning up, dude.
That's because I'm next to you. I'm just kidding. Okay, hold on. Turn it up higher. Or we can turn the AC down.
That's good.
Yeah, but I don't really want it on me because I get cold. Is it on you right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do a new timestamp. All right, for BB. BB is an Aries. It says, will my music career take off this year? I've been working on a few songs and I've been talking to a label, but it sort of seems like they are taking a long time to communicate and respond.
Three shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Boom, Empress reversed. So this one of them things, Ace of Wands reversed. I don't know how long you've been in the game, but typically, usually, there's a lot of ups and downs to get a career like that started. You know, see what these producers and whatnot, what they do is they like to keep you folded up in their back pocket while they're looking for something better. You know, so. There might be a few ups and downs to the career. Very well may. Because, I mean, when a label wants you, you're not going to have to wonder. They're not going to beat around the bush. They're going to come straight to you with a fat-ass contract like, yo, here.
Here, sell your soul. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully it's not a bad one. Here, sign this in blood.
If they want you, you going to know. If they're beating around the bush and delaying things, and that means that either A, they're looking for something else. Usually they have a couple of other things that they're looking at. Because if they don't want you, you're gonna know that too. They're just gonna quit responding to you altogether. So there might be a few ups and downs. I do think that you will eventually end up having a music career at some point, somehow, some way, but it may not be in the way you would expect. Let me see what the second spread says. Hangman, yeah. I don't know about this year. I don't know if I would say this year. But the Magician, so you are manifesting it. Absolutely. And again, with the manifestation path, it happens when you least expect it and how you least expect it. So, yeah, like I said, I think you are manifesting it. There will eventually end up being a music career, but it just may be in the least expected way possible. So whatever that means. Because, yeah, I think they're playing around with a couple of other people, you know, and they want to find the biggest and best thing that they think is going to make them the most money, you know. So in today's day and age, the market is saturated, completely saturated. It's not hard to find artists nowadays, you know. So they're sifting through, making sure that, you know, there's, at least for right now, there's nothing else that they think could blow up bigger than you and make them more money. So, you know, with how many artists there are in today's day and age, the likelihood that they're probably going to find something that they like better is kind of up there. But just keep pushing at it. Just keep on pushing at it. You'll get there.
All right, next is for Lily. Lily is a Capricorn, and it says, past person 4 years ago, were they using me?
4 years ago. That may be challenging. Let me see what the soul contract is. See what the soul contract is. If it's complete, it may be hard to get a reading on the past energy. Incomplete. Incomplete karmic contract. Lovers reverse, though. So there's only a couple of cards that would indicate using you. So far, I don't have them. So I would imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a Capricorn. Wondering if somebody was using you. Was it money? Or are you maybe a little bit more financially blessed than the average person? Because I do have the money card and the devil card. So I don't know if you mean like money or sex, but so far, let me see what the second spread says. I'd be looking for the 9 of Pentacles reverse. Now, I do have the devil card there. I do have the devil card, but let me see what the second one says. 4 of Swords reversed. Two of Wands, 10 of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Cups reversed. There may have been a little bit of that in there. I don't know if that was the main issue, though. The main issue was, the foundation was laid on it was a very soggy foundation because it was mainly like a broken codependency attachment, and I'm not seeing the direct card of taking advantage of you, even though I with the 10 of Pentacles coming out twice and the devil card, I'm sure there was a little bit of that in there, a little bit, but
she said We were both Capricorns, and I guess meaning, did he ever care? Is he around? Or he is around still sometimes, maybe once a year.
Well, I haven't seen anything here that indicates a love connection. So I don't think it was a really, really deep emotional connection. I think it was a codependency attachment, if anything. I don't know who brought that energy to the table. I don't know. But, when you have a codependency attachment, that's a service to self type of energy. All it's about is you being able to fill the void in my heart. I have problems. I'm lonely. I'm broken. I'm insecure. And I'm doing everything I can to try to distract myself from it. Whether I'm keeping myself busy or trying to chase money. And if I get into a relationship, that's for one reason and one reason only. For you to make me feel how I want to feel. For you to make me feel better about myself. For you to make me feel less lonely. It's very service to self. So it was more along the lines of that. And, when the codependent walks away, most of the time they completely shift away from that and onto something else. Because, when you have a person that's that heavy in the codependency energy, it's not about you. It's about me. It's about the void in my heart. It's about my feelings and my loneliness and my insecurities. And whoever can make me feel the best, that's who gets all my attention, So I think it was like a codependency attachment. Right now, King of Pentacles, King of Swords, seems like this person's kind of just really detached from it right now. So I wouldn't say using you, though. I wouldn't say that.
So he did care, but he was just more codependent. One of them was.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we have Hype Girl, who is a Scorpio, says, what is my last ex's intentions and plans for the rest of 2025 towards us?
Queen of Wands. I think you intimidate this person. Yeah. I think you kind of intimidate this person a little bit. So I don't know how long you all have been separated. But I do think that they are kind of planning to either A, wait till your guard is down, or B, wait until they see you at a vulnerable point. It isn't like a plan, like this is what I'm going to do. It's kind of like, if this opportunity presents itself to me. I think they are waiting for and looking for a good open door of opportunity to reconnect and probably play mind games to get you to, open that door for them again. But right now, I think you, like I said, you kind of intimidate this person a little bit. That's why they're hanging back. If you're in the chat, who ended it? Are you the one that ended it? By the way, this is an incomplete karmic contract. Are you the one that ended it? If so, they're definitely going to hang back. Definitely. Let's see what the second spread says.
We really need curtains right there.
Yeah.
That's bright.
See, waiting for a good opportunity. But make no mistake about it, this person's wanting to play around, play the field, explore other options. But I do think there is like this part of them that is waiting for an open door of opportunity. And usually, especially if they're intimidated by you, like if you are the type of person that just doesn't want to play games, you have boundaries set. You're not the type of person that's going to be walked all over. You finally put your foot down. They're probably just going to hang back and wait and do what they can to try to keep tabs on you. I don't know if you have a social media they can look at or what, or maybe if they know people who know you, but they're hoping to find you at a weak, vulnerable point, and then they'll probably slide their way back in. I would say be careful with that. Be very, very careful with that. So I don't know if I would call that a plan per se, as much as I would, they're just kind of keeping an eye out, That makes sense? Hang on, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Okay, so you guys see this wall behind us? I don't know what to do with that wall. I feel like sometimes if you hang things from like spots like that, it could look kind of tacky, but I'm like open to advice. And I want to do curtains up here, but we don't have a ladder that tall. So before you start saying get some curtains, I know. But like, what do you do with a wall like this? It's ginormous. I'm just like, I don't really have a theme. I don't really have like an aesthetic in the house. I used to kind of like the what is that called? Like the Tuscan theme. That was kind of my theme for a while. And then I think I just changed it because I wanted to have our house be more personal and just fill it with things that we actually like. And then it was so funny because Nevaeh was like, what is our aesthetic in the house? Like she asked that and I was like, we don't really have a theme. Or I was like, this isn't an Instagram reel. But yeah, I've always kind of wanted to do themes for a while, but I'm just wanting to do stuff that we like you guys have seen this tapestry over here, like the Las Vegas one. Like we like that because we live in Las Vegas and we love it. So just like things like that, but I just don't know what to do with that.
There's not much you can do.
Yeah, there is. I just don't know.
I mean, it would be really cool to hang like a badass piece of art. Maybe one of them big clocks. That would be badass. One of them big, huge clocks, like right there. That would be fucking epic.
How are we going to get up there?
A ladder.
We don't have a ladder that tall.
Well, that's how you get up there, is a ladder.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was just seeing if anyone had advice, but y'all are a bunch of crickets up in here. Ain't nobody want to talk. Okay. All right, Jiminy Crickets.
Other than that, though, all you can really do is like hang some curtains back there on the windows.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, like I want to, but we can't reach. We have to get like a huge ladder because this is like 12.
That's 20 feet.
Oh, it is? Because the tree comes up.
The tree's 12 foot, and it only comes up to like right here.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't go up right here, does it?
Right here. No, it's just like right down there. I remember I had to.
Yeah, because we put the top of the little star on it from up here.
Yeah. So it's 20 foot from the floor to the ceiling.
Yeah, and then when they cleaned the windows last time, they didn't do it in here, and that bothered me because I was like, oh crap, I can't clean those. But anyways, all right. Next we have Crystal, and she's a Capricorn. It says, what is going on in my Capricorn Brian's life? Oh my gosh, again. And his intentions to me.
So what?
Bruh.
I need to know a little bit more than that. Who is this person to you? My Capricorn. Is it a current person, a person you're currently with?
Okay, now I need a bathroom. So look at the comments and look for that name so you know.
I can't even hardly see them from here. Just go do what you got to do.
Okay. I think that they're here in the chat. Yeah, that is actually the way it's worded. It is kind of confusing. Oh, my child's father says no, but he's been coming around a lot more again. Okay.
Well, I'm not allowed to spy on the close personal details of somebody's personal private life, but I can look at the soul contract and give this person an energy check. Well, technically, I could spy on the close personal details of somebody's personal private life. But see, when you do what I do, you have to walk a real strict moral code. Yes, there are readers out there that just don't give a fuck. They will use divine energy for reasons that it shouldn't be used, you know? And this is just to let you know. I know you didn't say anything about this, but the intention you put behind it when you utilize divine energy is the difference between light magic and dark magic. So depending on the situation, there's exceptions to everything. Spirit will let me know some details, but like me, myself, I'm not allowed to like say what's going on in my ex's love life. You know, that's not my business. I'm spying on that person's personal business. You know, that would be a very service to self, selfish thing for me to do, you know. So it might let me know. I'm just saying, let's see what the soul contract is. 3 of Wands reverse. Oh, 9 of devil card. This person wouldn't happen to have a history of like addiction, would he? Because he's definitely got a demon. Definitely. And one of the most common ways that those demons affect people is through addictions. But 9 of Swords, devil. It almost kind of looks like this person might be looking for a sex-based connection. King of Swords reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah.
She says that would be great, but don't do that if you don't feel great about it. Or wait. Just want direction. I always felt he was my twin flame as played out as it sounds. I'm sure you got another, like your wife said when she said not again. I respect you. I just felt he's been dealing with a Cancer female. Want to make sure. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I was just wondering.
I was just reading it.
I got devil card, 9 of Swords.
Oh.
So I was wondering if this person may have a history of addiction, but if not, then let me see. And I mean, I'm not seeing twin flame energy in here. But like I tell people a lot, I don't touch that subject anymore because most people still don't really understand it. But most of the times, of all the real twin flame connections that I've seen, most of them, contrary to popular belief, do not remain in union. Most of them do not. Because that's not the meaning of the connection most of the time. Sometimes it can be. But in order for twin flames to stay in union, that's hard. That's hard.
She says that he does drink.
Okay.
And I don't know whatever else.
4 of Pentacles, see? Yeah, Lover's card reversed. Now, I wouldn't call it twin flame energy. And then devil card again. So, yeah, I'm thinking this person's probably hitting whatever addiction they got a little bit harder. It's starting to get a tighter grip on them. This individual is just very, very lost, confused, and broken and doing everything he can to try to hide it, I think. He's very confused. Very, very, very confused. This is past life karma. this person's very, very confused. He's at that place, and this is where I struggle because I know exactly where he's at, but putting words to it is so hard. Where especially if it's the alcohol demon, oh my God, that's really hard to put words behind that. Where you drink to forget your problems, and then you feel guilty for being an alcoholic. So you drink to forget that you're an alcoholic, but then you feel guilty for being an alcoholic. So you're drinking to forget the guilt. And it's just this cycle of confusion and feeling like a loser and feeling like, you know, embarrassed and ashamed. And you know, it's this person's very, 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 very lost, broken, and confused. But the soul contract is incomplete. It's not complete. This does stem back to a previous lifetime. But I do think that the original karmic contract was a life partnership contract. So it's what I would like to call a karmic life partnership, because the last lifetime, the original soul contract in the last lifetime was supposed to be a life partnership. So that means you all came back together in this lifetime to try to make a life partnership in this lifetime. And it didn't work out in this lifetime either. So I think he's just very, very lost, broken, and confused, and just seeing what doors will open for him. I don't even think he really knows exactly what he wants or where he's going. So, yeah, hope that helps. That's really hard to put words to. Really, really hard to put words to. Just kind of floating along like a piece of driftwood in the ocean, seeing what's going to happen. You know, it's hard to explain. Really hard.
She said, sounds right. I felt I was married to him before. Sounds complete. This is not the right lifetime, probably. All right. Well, hope that helps. All right. Next, we have V. Weston. Okay. And they are a Cancer. How does my child's father feel about us being in separation?
Man, we got lots of child's parent readings here today.
Yeah, that might be the trend for today.
Yeah, there's always a theme.
There is.
Always a theme that everybody shares. It's interesting. King of Pentacles reversed.
That Mercury retrograde, but everybody either breaking up or going back.
Lovers reversed. Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands reversed. Well, this person, first of all, I think is kind of pissed off. Holding on to some resentment. I don't know who ended things, but however it was ended, this person is playing the victim one way or the other. And is a little bit pissed off, a little bit irritated, and I think trying to forget about it, trying to do something to be able to forget about it, whether it's, you know, drugs and alcohol, or maybe finding a sex-based connection with someone else, or finding a new relationship. This person's number one goal is to try to find something to distract himself from it. So I don't know if he has a history of...
Oh, I remember this one. She said he did because he let the third party put a love spell on him. Remember that one where the love spell?
Yeah.
So wait, how is he sending it back, and like what is he doing now? Like, did he say he's gonna try to block that out?
I just don't buy that.
Now he's frustrated and in shambles.
I don't buy that. That's victim mentality shit. I think we even covered this last time. Even if it was a love spell, which I'm not seeing that energy in here. I don't remember if it came through last time or not. But you still have the power to fight against that. sounds to me like he's trying to make excuses for his shitty behavior is what it sounds like to me.
She said that I did a chakra balance and cord cutting for him. Yeah.
He has to do his own inner work.
He's using this as an excuse to the fullest extent. Probably because he sees that you're like playing along with it, you know? Or not like playing along. Like, I don't mean that in a bad way towards you, but you know what I'm saying? He saw like that maybe kind of worked.
I mean, I don't like to me, it's kind of embarrassing. When I know I'm being energetically attacked, I don't like to mention it for some reason. I kind of keep it to myself. She gets mad at me sometimes. She's like, you need to let me know.
Yeah, because then when I ask you, I'll be like, are you having an energy attack? You're like, no. No, sometimes you do. When it's a bad one, you'll be like, no. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, you are. Kind of bad. We both do that to each other, though. I'll do the same thing to you, too. No.
Does he do drugs by chance? Because, like I said, his number one goal right now is to try to figure out a way to distract himself from it and forget it. I don't know if maybe that's drugs and alcohol, or maybe a new relationship, or a sex partner, or something. But
he does Percocet.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, how does he feel? Well, I mean,
feeling good, obviously.
With that 10 of swords right there, that is that's an energy. Somebody in that energy is very much at that rock bottom place where, you know, they're blaming everything and everyone else around them on their problems. Zero accountability, none whatsoever, and doing anything they can to distract themselves from their problems. Drugs or drinking. Everything is everybody else's fault, you know, and it's just, yeah, that's just a. Oh, we got any sage?
Yeah. Perks make you perky. That's how I always remembered that when I was in school. Like, when people were always handing out pills and stuff. Like, what do Percocets do? And someone was like, they make you perky. And I was like, okay. Let's see.
Goofball. Goofball, goofball. Goofball, goofball, goofball.
But can't trust any of that stuff no more. So I get so nervous thinking about kids in high school nowadays. Like, oh my gosh, you cannot trust anything.
I was blown away because my good old days were the days where pharmaceuticals were all over the streets. You know, Xanax and Lortabs and Oxycontin. It was the streets were just a big pharmacy, you know. And then this was right around the time Papaw died, and the FBI started really cracking down on everybody, and everybody was getting busted. And then there for a little bit, all that was available were these fucking Opanas. There were these little orange pills that were kind of like shaped like a stop sign or something. And they were ridiculously expensive. They were like $120 a piece.
What?
Yeah, they were insane, but they were strong.
Oh, is that the ones you said that you just do like a little piece of?
Oh, yeah. They were killing people. Like, people were dying off those left and right because people would think they could snort a whole pill, clunk over dead. They're strong. So me and Amber would get one. We would get a half of them and share it.
Are you allowed to talk about that on your main channel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We would get a half of one and share it, and it would last us like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So anyway, though, so I quit. I just put it down. I said, "Man, this is just too expensive. I'm on my own now.
It's too risky too. Like,
Yeah.
Why even risk it? And you have babies, you know."
So I just completely quit and started drinking. And then I remember when I went to go back and look for pills again. It was like 3 or 4 years later, and I was going to get like some Xanax or something like that, and they were fake. And I was like, what? How are these fake? All the markings are right? Oh, man, they be pressing pills now. Pressing pills? Yeah. You can get your hand on a pill press and just press
whatever you want.
Flour into the shape of a fucking Xanax bar. And I'm like, what? That blew my mind. And now,
now they're fake and they have fentanyl in them.
Fentanyl, yeah.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah. Ugh. Don't miss those days.
She says she works in a school and it's so bad. So yeah, you know.
That's crazy.
You know for sure.
That's absolutely insane.
Well, anyways, for this guy though, like that's crazy.
There we go.
That's what he's addicted to. Damn, this shit is smoke alarm about to go off.
Hope not.
No, it's not. It should be fine. It's not like fire smoke. It's just kind of like.
I mean, it's the old Vegas house. It would set off the smoke alarm. I guess we'll find out.
Oh yeah, and anybody who was watching part 1 with the little ghost thing.
Oh yeah.
I cannot find, like, I played it back. I played the video back. I can't hear anything in the back of the video. And then I checked the camera. I have a little Ring camera down there. And it literally just cuts off in that one moment.
Just that moment?
That 1 minute. It's like
it's
1
missing.
minute.
It's cut
missing.
off. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Telling you.
And then I went down and I was asking Nevaeh. I was like, were you on the phone or what were you doing? And I even checked her phone and she was not on her phone at all. And she's like, you woke me up. Like, I woke her up because I was yelling for her to shut her door.
That's not uncommon, though. Even in our old Vegas house, I would hear her talking just as audible as I hear her sitting here talking now. And she's asleep. She's not even awake. Overlapping timelines.
So I just want to give an update on that. All right. So next we have Cynthia. Cynthia is an Aquarius. I broke up with my ex a year and a half ago. He is a Scorpio. Do you see us reconciling at all, even if it is as friends?
Scorpio. So you're the one that broke it off, right? If you're the one that broke it off, it would very, very likely have to be you that initiates it. Let me see what the soul contract looks like. Uh-oh, 9 of Cups reverse. The codependency energy going on in there. Page of Cups reverse. So it was an incomplete soul contract. Yeah. So whatever it was that went down wasn't supposed to go down like that. So that's where it gets tricky, because when anybody reads something, 90% of what's being read is the plan. What was the plan? And you all parting ways was not the plan. So now it's energy and energy only. It's a straight up free for all that is nothing but free will. So that's going to be tricky. If you're waiting on this person to make a love offer, no, I don't think so. Not right now. I don't think so. And like I said, not to play devil's advocate, but if you're the one that ended it, he shouldn't. If somebody breaks a connection off, it's that person's responsibility to reconnect if reconnection is on the table. Because if you break something off with me, I'm going to respect your boundaries. I'm not going to come chasing after you if you want to leave. But if the other person broke it off, then it's their responsibility to reconnect. Let me see what the energy looks like to see if that's a good idea. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords reversed. Well, I mean, I don't know if I would try the just friends thing. If you do that, well, first of all, like I said, if you want communication, it's probably going to have to be you that initiates it, especially if you're the one that broke it off. But be mindful of how the energy feels, because this is an incomplete soul contract. Therefore, that could cause a lot of tension to build. And if the tension begins to build, and you can feel it if it's building, if you feel the awkwardness or the weirdness, or you just feel something that's getting heavy, then, be careful because it could explode. But yeah, if you want reconnection to happen, it would probably have to be you that initiates it. I would just say do it slow. Do it real slow. So, all right. Damn, that's getting crazy. I'm afraid it's going to set off a smoke alarm.
Well, it's blowing that way.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Downstairs does look kind of crazy. All right, hold on.
She's going to run it outside.
I'm not running it outside.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know. I was going to put it like by a window.
There's a smoke alarm in every house. Or every room, rather. It used to in the old Vegas house. Those of you who have followed me for years, in our first Vegas house, I don't know, it was weird. Like, there's been times in that one room that I was in where I would bake it out so thick that you can't see your hand in front of your face. Nothing. And then there'd be other days where as soon as I light it and the smoke hits the ceiling, bloop, 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 every smoke alarm in the house would go off. So did we tell y'all? We told y'all about the carbon monoxide alarm, didn't we? So yeah, we got a whole new smoke alarm up there. But yeah, now I'm just paranoid. Every time I go to burn sage, like in my office, I take the smoke alarm off and put it away. So, if I go to burn sage in the middle of a reading or something like that, it doesn't start bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, it is getting smoky. I just wanted to say to our room really quick while I have the chance.
That smoke is rolling. She's saging the house now.
I think we needed that.
Yeah, we needed it. Yeah, this energy is heavy. Really, really heavy. Feels a lot. I feel like a tangible energetic shift since you lit that up. Like it's like a physical. I physically feel better. It's weird. Weird beard. I need some sage to stay in my office too, babe.
Just chit chat with everyone for a second so I can say to the house while this is going. I kind of want to get the house.
Well, I'm saying you do we have more than one sage stick? You keep yours and then just let me.
I don't have one right now.
It's thick. Woo!
It's thick.
Thicker than Mississippi mud.
Well, I gotta go put it downstairs. Hold on.
If you're gonna leave it in the house, put something over top of it so that it'll suffocate the embers, smoldering embers. We'll get with this momentarily, y'all. Hang on.
We're gonna take a quick little intermission break.
This is why we timestamp the readings. We're just hanging out, just having fun. We're number one. Y'all remember that?
What is that?
Y'all got any millennials with me?
I don't even know what that is.
The Good Burger,
Oh.
the Good Burger movie. When I was a kid, when I was in the third grade, I was a huge Good Burger fan, dude. That was like, I was so obsessed with that movie. And you know how before it became a movie, when they just had it as a little skit on all that, you would hear, what's his name? Ed Kell. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey, And then when they made the movie, they actually turned that into a song. So it was like a legitimate song. And I don't remember where they played it. Was at the end of the movie, I think. I think it was at the end of the movie. And that's like one of the little lines in the song. Just hanging out, just having fun. We're number one. Just hanging out, just having fun. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey. Oh, man, the good old days. The good old days. Honestly, though, as much as I do miss the 90s, You know, and I do look back on the 90s with very, very fond nostalgia. I don't think I want to return back to it. I don't think so. I'm the type of, I'm a starseed. This is my first Earth lifetime. And primitive times on this planet were not for me. I had no idea how to function, like at all. With no technology, no way to connect with people, like just me and with myself. You know, I struggled with that. I didn't really start kind of getting my head on straight until technology started picking up. And that's what, if it wasn't for technology, I would not be where I am today. I would not have awakened spiritually. I wouldn't have made it as far as I've made it in life, you know? So I can't even imagine if I could go back and live for 1 week as an adult in the 90s. Oh, I would lose my fucking mind, man. I'd probably be getting drunk. I'd probably just be spending my time at the bar. For real. So anyway, you got done, babe?
Yeah, I'm done.
Whew, the whole house.
The barbecue.
You put it in the barbecue?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you close the lid on top?
Yeah.
Okay. That should do it.
Oh. Because I was too scared to leave it out there without like a lid on it or anything because it's kind of windy out there.
You'll burn the whole bowl.
Yeah, and like the wind will keep it lit, you know what I mean?
Cleanse the neighborhood.
Remember when we did that farmer's market?
Yeah.
We did a farmer's market one time and I was giving everybody free sage baths. And someone complained, like another vendor complained because there was smoke. And we're like, oh, so it's working? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
They came up and said, sorry, but this vendor over here complained, so you need to put that out.
We're outside.
Right,
we were literally outside, and he's complaining. But there's someone who's like cooking food, and there was like smoke from that.
So...
Whatever.
Sage smoke bothers you so bad that you can't even stand smelling it outside from 100 feet away. That tells me everything I need to know about you.
You got some demons. All right, Grace, thank you so much for your patience. We are on you now. So Grace is a Libra. Says, I built some shit. Got drunk. I suppose I told him things. He got angry, so I left. Was I his woman, his source of money, sex toy? What was I?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Built some shit. What's that mean?
I don't know.
Here in a little bit, we're about to eat dinner. I'm going to build some shit too. What's that mean? Mean caused some shit? Let me look at the soul contract. Two of Pentacles. Two shuffles for the Two of Pentacles. Sun reversed. Six of Cups reversed. Okay. All right. Well, it was past life karma, but I do think that it was a life partnership. So, yeah, this was a life partnership contract. King and Queen of Cups and the Lover's card. So, yeah, life partnership contract here. Okay. So, I guess let's give the person an energy check. Give this person an energy check. Ace of Cups. Looks like he's in love with you to me. Yeah. I mean, Ace of Cups, Hierophant, King of Wands. Nobody's perfect, but this looks 80, 90% solid to me. So, yeah, Five of Wands, Tower card. You already told me that, basically. I mean, it looks mostly solid. Mostly. Nobody is 100% perfect. You know, we all got our little flaws and little shit we got to work on and whatnot. But, you know, I'm not seeing bad intentions coming from this person. Not really. Like, I'm not seeing game playing, manipulating. You know, I'm not seeing none of that in here. You know, does he have a couple of toxic traits? Sure. You know, a couple of red flags? Sure. We all do. But I'm not really seeing a lot of malevolent energy coming from him. Not really. So, yeah. Okay. Well, now it is officially a karmic tie because it was a life partnership contract and the two of you were not on the same page at the same time, working towards the same goal. So it's a karmic tie now. So now, though, he's not in the best place about this. So if you do, and I don't know if you're going to attempt reconciliation or not, but that would be a pretty considerable cloud of energy that you would have to work through in order to pull that off. But like I said, life partnership contract. So hopefully things work out for the best.
All right. Next we have Cancer, who is a Cancer.
No, you don't say.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'll give you a new timestamp. Sorry. All right. Cancer, who's a Cancer? How does my child's father feel about his new relationship?
I can't spy on the personal details of somebody else's life. I can look at the soul contract, but I can't spy on their personal business. Let me see what the soul contract is, or if there is one. Or the soul connection. Devil card. Like I said, this person got some demons. Was that the love spell one or somebody else?
Yeah, I think it was,
that
right?
Was the love spell person? Yeah. So, devil card. So somebody like that, I'm struggling to try to put words to it.
She didn't mean to be anonymous, so I was just trying to be respectful because I didn't know if you want to be anonymous. So I muted it.
So it's with energy like this, it's hard to put words to it. Anything that they're doing in life, whether it's connecting with a friend or even connecting with a family member or a lover or whatever, it's all about me. You know, it's all about service to self. He's a very service to self individual. So I do think that these two people do have a little bit of karma that needs to be cleared. but I don't think it was a big prominent karmic contract. It's kind of like a little backup karmic contract, because as a long-term human, your average long-term human, let's put it like this, from the cradle to the grave, only has a tiny handful of people who are absolutely destined to come into your life. And most of them are karma, shit from other lifetimes. Now, your average long-term human has had so many human lives, it's unreal. So this is what's so slippery about the karma game, is it's like you just never catch up. It's almost rigged to work against you, because you don't remember anything. So it's really hard to clear. So most humans, there are hundreds of people walking this planet that you have karma with in this lifetime, but only a few of them you plan to come together with. Now, what I like to call backup karmic contracts is, before we incarnate, me and you have karma from a previous lifetime, but I've already planned out my whole life, and I've got like 5 good solid karmic contracts that I have lined up here to see if I can work on. I don't really have time for you in this life, but our life paths are going to be kind of close. So if something happens and we just so happen to be able to cross paths, then we'll work on it. But if not, it's no big deal. We'll get it in another lifetime. That's what I call a backup karmic contract. That's what this kind of feels like. So again, that devil card though, service to self. See, the devil card is just the major arcana of the 9 of Cups reversed. It's basically the same. It's basically codependency on steroids. It's all about me. It's all about filling the void in my heart. It's all about, and speaking of 9 of Cups reversed, as soon as I split the deck, there it is. So very, 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 very deep into the toxic codependency energy, where pretty much he uses everything for the same reason addicts and alcoholics turn to drugs. A romantic connection isn't for the actual connection. He doesn't know how to form an actual connection. All he knows how to do is find outside solutions to inside problems. If you're my girlfriend, your job, your only role in this life is to make me feel better about myself and distract me from my problems. Anything that I do, if I go out and make a bunch of money, that's for one reason and one reason only, to make me feel better about myself. Does that make sense? Even that doesn't really do it justice, but that's the best way that I can think to describe this person's energy. But as a whole, like I said, devil card again, not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life. But just looking at the energy, like I said, devil card twice in a row, very service to self individual. No matter what he does, it's self-serving, if that makes sense. So you don't lay a solid foundation with that energy.
All right, so how are you feeling? You good? Because we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so I was wondering if you can keep going.
Yeah, I can't go any later than 7 because my next reading is due at 8.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to be on that long. Okay, next up is Sean, who is an Aquarius. It says, does my ex still want to be in a relationship with me? Broke up 2 years ago. Was in another relationship for 3 months after, but still get this feeling.
Yeah, let's look at the status of the contract. Two of Wands. If you're in the chat, how long were y'all together? Knight of Cups reverse. 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Eight of Coins, Emperor, World card reversed. So, unfinished business.
We said 3 years on and off, broke up, got back together more times to count. More times than can count.
Yeah, I can kind of see that with the repeat cycle card right here. I don't want to just keep recycling a bunch of stuff I've already said, but this is a very similar energy to what I was just talking about in that last reading, where it's like a service to self type thing. But this is a little bit of a different energetic dynamic where it's like I'm running from my problems, if that makes sense. And usually most of the time, by the time somebody like this comes into your life, the problem started long before y'all met, and usually people like this have a big history of burnt bridges behind them. They burn a bridge and then run to the next one. Burn that bridge, run to the next one. Burn that bridge, run to the next one. And I wouldn't say she wants to be in a relationship necessarily, but I do think that she has you folded up in her back pocket. I think so, so like just in case. But, I don't know what she's got going on right now, but you're definitely in her back pocket for a rainy day. So, if it's been a couple of years, though, she's likely successfully distracting herself from this. So I wouldn't say wants to be in a relationship, but, you aren't completely marked out of the book, if that makes sense. Let me see what the next spread says.
Oh, babe.
Oh, shit.
That's my favorite pizza.
Well, no, I don't know. It's a tie between that and Papa John's.
I like Carmene's. All right, sorry. Go ahead and put that reading. Sorry. Oh, he said Aries, 3 years older, but feels more immature. Definition of the strongest feeling ever. Kept coming back, but kept blocking me.
Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's that Two of Wands again. So you're definitely folded up in her back pocket. Devil card. Definitely folded up in her back pocket. You've probably heard me say this a lot, but the danger with on and off relationships is that teaches somebody how to manipulate you, and unless you have a very well-intentioned person who learns from their mistakes, like, okay, let me give you an example. Let's say somebody walks into a store and steals and gets caught, but the shop owner just smacks him on the wrist and says, "Don't you do that again," and lets him go. What would most people do in that situation? You got to think about it. If you're in that mindset where you're willing to go into a store and steal, most people are going to say, "Ooh, I got away with that. Well, now I just got to figure out how to not get caught next time." So, but every now and then you have the type of person who has an attack of conscience and they're like, "Damn, dog, that's fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. I'm a piece of shit." Unfortunately, most people who are in that place are more like the former rather than the latter. So when you let somebody keep coming back and coming back and coming back, they're not going to change their ways, because in their mind, if you let me come back, I had no real consequences for my actions. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think you're folded up in her back pocket for a rainy day, but I wouldn't say wants to be in a relationship. I don't think she really understands how to actually lay a foundation and be in a relationship with anyone. Been 2 years, though. I think you're pretty much in the clear right now. I think so. But I mean, as fast as time passes now, you never know. That's about all I can say about that. I think you're in her back pocket for a rainy day, so there is a possibility that you could hear from her. But it looks like right now she's keeping herself pretty successfully distracted. So what are you doing here?
I was gonna order a pizza, but they don't deliver. So. He said, "Yeah, screw that. I'm nobody's second option. Thanks, I had the feeling." So, all right. All right. Next we have.
Well, you know who does deliver?
I know.
Marcos, you Papa John's.
Papa John's does not deliver. It's too far.
Wait.
That's too far. They don't deliver here. It's all the way down by Walmart.
That's the only one?
That's the closest one, yeah.
Damn.
All right. Next is for Sally. Sally is a Leo. It says, will I ever feel normal again socially? And
well, I mean, at the end of the day, is frustrating as this Earth game is, feeling normal socially isn't really always a good thing. I've struggled my whole damn life to try to feel normal socially. Until about the last 10 years when I realized why I don't. And I'm okay with it now. I'm all right with it. Because in this Earth game that we're in, if you feel normal socially, that means you've been successfully molded, brainwashed, and crammed into this matrix box, you know? So it's really, 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 really difficult for me to tell you how you're going to feel. That's really hard. But I can take a look at your life path. Justice. I mean, that's a very, very layered answer to that question. It depends on what you mean by that. You're never going to feel like the person that you once were. But you're going to grow and evolve into a different version of you. And as long as you don't fight that process, you will become comfortable with it. Comfortable with accepting yourself for who you are. So that's really, at the end of the day, that's what we struggle with when it comes to fitting in or feeling normal. That all boils down to us not accepting ourselves for who we are and being worried about how other people perceive us, you know? So let me see what the second spread says. Six of Cups reversed. Well, so you're not going back to anything. So you're not going to ever feel the way you once felt because you're never going to be that version of you again. You're evolving into a different version of you. And like I said, as long as you don't fight that process, as long as you just kind of accept it and roll with it and flow with it and allow yourself to be molded by the universe instead of the matrix, hopefully you end up finding that acceptance, you know, and accepting yourself for who you are and loving yourself for who you are. And at the end of the day, I know it sounds so trendy and so cliche, but once you finally accept yourself for who you are, what society thinks means absolutely nothing. Like, literally nothing. Like, it means about as much to me how I feel or how I'm perceived socially means about as much to me as what kind of underwear my neighbor's wearing. Like, I don't care. And I don't say that in a mean way. You know, sometimes people say, I don't care. And they say it with some anger behind their voice. Like, there's literally no emotion behind that when I say that. Like, I don't even feel like society is real. Like sometimes Leah will get on me and say, "You're embarrassing me," and I'm just like, I just don't even feel like these people are real. Like I don't know if it's just because I've been used to being seen by hundreds of thousands of people for the past 8 years or what, but how people see me, like I don't even think about it. Like it doesn't even register to me. If I do something stupid and embarrass myself in public, I don't even feel embarrassed anymore.
Oh, what, like when you're bouncing around everywhere?
Yeah. I just don't really feel like there's anybody that at the end of the day is going to say, "Hey, remember that dude that was bouncing around in Walmart today?" Like they're not.
But it's overstimulating for me. You'll just be like wanting to record everything. He's like, and I'm like, I'm trying to think what we need from the store, and he's out here bouncing around. I'm like, stop it! Stop it!
That's how I roll when I'm in a good mood.
Yes, sometimes I don't care. Other times it's like I'm just irritable. You know how us women are sometimes. All right, so here we have, this is our last one.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh wait, maybe not. Okay. So this one we're gonna redo because I got more details for that one.
Oh, was that the?
That was when we were in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this last one here, and then we'll go back to that one. So. All right. So right now it's for Emma. Okay, Emma is a Capricorn. It says, "Will Mike contact me to reconnect?" And then that's a relationship I had last spring, brief but quite intense with a strong connection.
Did it end badly? If you're in the chat. And if so, who cut contact? Or was it one of those things where you just parted ways like two ships passing in the night? Get 3 shuffles here. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, whoops. We got Page of Swords reversed down here. So, World card in the upright, Death card. So, I think the primary reason why the two of you connected to begin with, well, there was a couple of them. I think there was a little bit of karma in there, but I don't think that was the biggest thing here. The main thing was to alter the course of your path. You connecting with this person set you off on a different path. And it was a year ago. Are you able to see that yet? Sometimes it can take a while before that makes sense. But we got both communication cards reversed here. Now, the reason why I ask whether it ended badly or not is, I know I said this a few minutes ago, but let's say it did end badly. If you're the one that ended it, then he would want to respect your boundaries. If he's the one that ended it, maybe he's worried that you're mad at him, potentially. But if the two of you just parted ways like two ships passing in the night, I mean, I do see the World card here and the Death card. So that went full circle. It completed its purpose, and it was time to part ways. So technically, right now, there isn't a spiritual reason for the two of you to reconnect. Let's see the next one. Queen of Wands. Ten of Pentacles reversed. So if you did want communication, it would probably have to be you that initiates it. But if you do that, be mindful of the energy and kind of take it slow, because I think you would feel, it wouldn't take long of you reconnecting with this person to feel a big energetic change. Because, like I said, most of the time, well, maybe 60% of the time, when those brief connections happen like that, it has to do with the trajectory of your path. And then not only does it change the trajectory of your path, but it changes theirs as well. So both of you are in a different vibrational state now. Both of you are. So if you try to come back together, the energy is going to be completely different. And sometimes that can be beneficial, sometimes it can, just to give you the chance to see things more clearly. And sometimes that's something that can't be seen unless you do revisit it, But right now, for whatever reason, and if, without knowing what made it come to an end, I can't tell you what the reason is, but it's not really looking like this person is planning on reaching out right now. So that's about all I can say.
Okay, hold on. I'm ordering pizza.
Getting a pizza. My kryptonite. How many you get? One?
I'm just getting 2. But I guess she doesn't want pizza, but you've actually done good this week and ate decent. So this is your treat. See?
Yeah.
You
Pizza is
can reward yourself when you eat healthy, then you don't have to feel, well, you don't feel guilty anyways, but
I don't know if it's just me being a fixed sign or what it is, because fixed signs are typically more like this than other signs. But I could literally eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of my life.
you can.
Oh my God. I swear to God.
All right, let me go back to this one here. All right, where? Oh, I think I might have closed out of it. All right, I'm going to put a new timestamp on here. All right, so for Brandy, who's a Libra, the question was, my question was, I was going to move back in with my husband after being separated. I don't feel good here at my new house I'm renting, and I think I need to get back to my home. I lived there for 15 years. I have too much anxiety in my new home. I want to see if I will feel better going back there.
Well, okay, I'm glad we didn't just read that. Good call on that, babe. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I have to look at there. The status of the soul contract. I know y'all get tired of hearing me say that, but I don't like to waste time, when it comes to situations like this, we want to get straight to the point. And understanding the status of the soul contract is very important, because when you have a completed soul contract, the energies and the intentions and the hows and the whys and the whos and the whats and the whens and the all that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when the contract is complete, So that's why I like to look at that. So we don't spend a bunch of time focusing on all the wrong shit, So let's see. 4 of Swords. 1, 3 shuffles. Here's 2. And 3. The Cups reversed. Okay. So, okay. Incomplete contract. So you do have that working for you. Okay. Well, here's the thing. No matter what you do, nothing is going back to anything. So now I don't know what your goal is, but just to let you know, if you're kind of hoping to go back and revisit an old, comfortable vibrational place, that's no longer. That is no more. There's a complete and total vibrational and energetic change on every dynamic. And it's going to be some energy that needs to be restructured. If you're in the chat, was that a chat or an email? I don't think
she can chat. She said she has it turned off or something.
Okay. So, yeah. I don't really want to dig into speculating where the energies are coming from, but somebody, I don't know who it is, I don't know if it's you or him, or both of you maybe, is going to have some serious trust issues and some resentment built up. And working through all that is going to take time and patience on both sides. Both of y'all are going to have to be really, really, really patient with each other and give time to work through all that, process through all that, both of your guards to come down, because there's going to be some underlying tension. Oh, it's going to be there. Even if the two of you do a great job at pretending that it's not there, it's still going to be there. And if both of you are able to be patient with each other, it could take up to a year potentially, 6 months at least, before that energy begins to release and subside. But I wouldn't go into it with the hope or the expectation that things are going to go back to how they were, because the energy is completely different now. The energy is completely different. Anything really for this matter, but once energy changes, it doesn't ever return back. Nothing ever goes back. Everything is always constantly ever evolving and ever changing. And once a big energetic shift like that is made, it's going to be a very different energetic dynamic. So let me see what the second spread says. King of Swords reversed. Yeah, Hangman, Judgment. Okay. Yeah, so there's potential like I said, the energy and intentions behind it is so key here. If you're willing to experience a new version of you and, a life that is on a new vibrational place, it's possible. It's possible. It's going to take a lot of time, dedication, and patience, though, if you do that. So, yeah, be ready and willing. Just be willing to be patient and let the energy process.
All right. I hope that helped. We love you guys. Thank you so much for another amazing Saturday, and we will see you guys next weekend.
All right. Later, y'all.